Right guys, I'm going to go through this worksheet number 1 using strings and variables. Quite a few of you have been emailing me saying you just don't understand what to do. So I'm just going to go through this. Okay, so watch this video and the others that I'm going to record for this particular worksheet to make sure that you are comfortable with at least half of it. So I would say up to at least 4 you should be comfortable with, okay? Right, so let's go. Using the basic program below as an example to build and refer to, complete the challenges to improve your skills and help commit the syntax to memory. So that means they just want you to be able to be they want you to be comfortable with this code. You should be all right with what the print function does, the input, variables, and so on. I did already go through this in class, but I'll go through it again in these tutorial videos. So let's just go ahead and load up Python so we can actually start typing away and testing our program. So remember, when you load Python idle, you have the shell that opens first. To actually write and save programs, you would go to new file, and then you have this new window open here. Okay, let me just close the shell in the background and just have this open here. So I've got just the Word document open on the other side. Right. So first let's go ahead and type the code that it's asking us to work with. So I'm going to start off with print. Print is a function. Print allows you to make something appear on the screen. You can refer to it as output or make appear or whatever. Print. So make appear on the screen, and then you open bracket and then do speech marks and write the text or characters or numbers or whatever it is you want to appear on the screen. You go ahead and you type that. So I'm just going to follow the example. What is your name? Whoopsie daisies. Question mark. And then make sure you do speech marks at the end as well as the bracket. So whatever you want to appear on the screen, you have to have it in speech marks. And then around the speech marks, you have the brackets, okay? So print function always has to have brackets after it, and then inside it, whatever it might be. Okay, so let me just go ahead and run that. It's going to say source must be saved. Okay, so we haven't saved it yet, so let's quickly go ahead and save it. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the desktop, and I'm just going to call this worksheet 1 program, and then click save, and then it's going to go ahead and run the program. So all it is doing at the moment is printing what is your name, because that's all I have told it to do. Okay, so let's carry on and have other things happen. Let me just move this down here. Okay, then we do first name equals input. First name here on its own without any speech marks, this is a variable. So this is something that we are naming. So a value will be stored in the program in memory. It's going to be stored, and we want to give that value a name. Okay, so input requires the user of the program who is running it. It requires them to type something. Okay, and whatever they type, that value will be assigned to this first name. So wherever you call first name later on in the program, it will actually be equal to the value that the person entered at this point here. So let me go ahead and run the program. Let me just get this up here. So when you do run and run module, it's going to ask you to automatically save anyway, so you can just save yourself by going to file save, just do run module. All right, lovely. So it's saying, what is your name? Okay, so that's this line been done, and now the next line is actually being done. And the cursor is flashing. If you don't have the 3 forward brackets here, that means the program hasn't ended yet. So I'm going to go ahead and type a name and then press enter. And now is the end of the program. Okay, so all I did was I typed my name because it was asking me to type something. It was asking for an input, and I did that. And in this program, it has been assigned to the value first name. Now, obviously, it didn't do anything more than that because in my algorithm here, in my code on the side, I didn't ask it to do anything. So you need to go ahead and write the third line, and then you will see what happens. Okay, so print hello first name, and don't forget your speech marks and your commas and whatever. Okay, so print open bracket speech marks hello. I'm just going to do speech marks there, and then I'm going to do a comma, and then I'm just going to type, oops, spell it right, first name. There we go. So first name has been spelt exactly as the first name as I had here. I'm not going to write my name. I'm just going to write first name, because whatever I type, whether I type Hussein or elephant or pineapple, whatever I type, that's going to be assigned to first name, the variable first name. So this will be whatever I typed in. Okay, so let me just go ahead and run exactly this, what I have done. Just call this up so you can see it, so you can see the differences in the programs as we're going on. Run module. Okay. What is your name? Hussein, enter. Hello, Hussein. So it's gone ahead and whatever I typed in for the input, it assigned it to first name. And then because first name was being called here, it returned whatever I typed. Okay, let me run it again. So you can see that, you know, first name is not always Hussein. What is your name? I'm just going to say Ellie. I'll spell it wrong. How do you spell Ellie? Like this, there you go. Hello, Ellie. So whatever you type, when you run the program, whatever you type at this point here, it will be assigned to the value of first name. And then whenever first name is called later on, it will actually be the value of whatever you typed. Okay, so it says, hello, Ellie. In the worksheet, it has a comma here. Can you see the extra comma? Just after hello, that's just for formatting. That's included within the actual text. So it's not part of the code, but this is part of the code. This is separating just normal text from a variable. You have to have it, otherwise it doesn't work. So let me run it now. So remember, I've just put a comma in here. I've just put one in there, and this is just the difference. So what is your name? Hussein. Hello, Hussein. Okay, cool. Let me just close this because it's just gone to the bottom. Anyway, all right, so that's just that program explained, just that. We haven't even started yet. Here we go. Let's do program number 1. What time am I on? Let me just have a check. Okay, I'll do maybe the first 2 and then I'll just record a video for the next 2. Right, it says here, add 3 more very similar lines of code to do the following. Be careful with the spelling of the syntax. So basically don't spell print wrong, and you know, if anything else that you would need to spell like input, don't spell it wrong, otherwise it won't work. Okay, ask the user to enter their surname. Okay, ask the user to enter their surname. Let's do it a simple way, which might look longer. It is longer, but anyways, it's simpler to understand. What is your surname? Question mark, close the speech marks, close bracket. What is your surname? So I've done that here. What is your surname? And then it says, assign their answer to a new variable called surname. So like you had here, first name equals input, we're going to have surname equals input. So this is a separate input, and it's going to be assigned to the variable surname. There you go. All right, done that bit. And then output, your surname is surname. All right, so it's the same as this, but we're going to replace it with we're not going to have hello, we're going to have your surname is, and we're not going to have first name, we're going to have surname. Okay, so this is what you do. Print the text, your oops, what have I done? Goodness gracious, hold on, sorry. I'm on an uneven surface at the moment, so sorry. Let me do that again. Right, your surname is, and then speech marks, and then you've got to do a comma because you've got a variable coming now. Surname. Your surname is surname. All right, let's go ahead and run this. And here you will see the whole program in action. I'm just going to move it to the side here so you can see it. Okay, what is your surname? Sorry, what is your name? I'm just going to do that. Saika. What is your surname? Hussein. Your surname is Hussein. All right, lovely. Okay, so it's gone ahead and it's executed all of this, and then it's run all of this exactly as we expected and asked it to do. So this bit, all of this task number 1, that's done now. So that's how you were supposed to do the first task. You were just supposed to repeat the example it gave you and just make it work. Okay, yeah, so this is done. This bit here is saying save and run your new program by pressing F5, debug it if it contains any errors. All that means is if you're coming up with any errors, try and sort them out. Did you put a capital P? Did you spell print wrong? Did you spell input wrong? Did you forget to do brackets? Did you miss out a speech mark? Did you put the comma in the wrong place, or so on and everything? Okay, that's how you debug. You just figure out what your problem is. Python's actually quite good because it tells you what your problem is. So for example, if I just get rid of that comma, which you know, well, should know it's going to cause problems, and I run it, then towards the end, or even before actually, it doesn't even let you execute. It's saying no problem, and it highlights it for you. It highlights it for you to make it, you know, clear that the problem is here. So similarly, if I change that to a capital P, I know that's wrong as well. Let's see what it does. Does it even let me go ahead? So it does let me go ahead, but when it gets to that line in that program, it will then mess up. Okay. Here we go. There. So it's saying to you, problem at line 7, name print is not defined. So I don't understand what print is. Okay. Or it thinks, it's a variable, but you haven't, declared it anywhere earlier, and so on. Okay, lovely. Let's go ahead. Add the following line of code. Print hello, first name, comma, surname. All right. Let's go ahead and do that. Print, open bracket, speech marks, hello. Let's do a comma, and then speech marks again. So that's the end of the text, end of the string, and then comma, first name, comma, surname. Think about it. What do you think is going to happen? Given that this is all happening after all of this has happened and inputs have been given. So you just think about it before it runs. Okay. What is your name? Let's just do Bob. Hello, Bob. What is your surname? Surname is Smith. Your surname is Smith, and then the last line is hello, Bob Smith. So that's this bit here. So you can see it didn't repeat FIRSTNAME. It didn't write the actual word or two words together, first name and then surname. It gave the values that we assigned to them via the input function. Okay, so it's just making sure that you understand that happens. Okay, right, and that is the end of this task. All right, so that's task 1 and 2. Go through this video again, make sure you understand this, and I'm going to do another video for task 3 and 4.